he may be an introvert, but he's not a boring person, if that makes sense.
I hope not.
I mean, I feel like, I feel like I can be boring sometimes if I'm not doing the things that you want.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hello, guys. Welcome back to our channel.
Yes, we hope it hasn't been a long time, and if you're new here, good for you.
Yeah, I feel like recently we've been posting about travels and experience of my mom being here in the States. So I think it's been a long time since we sat down like this and talk about a specific topic. So today we're doing exactly that.
Yep. So today, we're actually going to talk about the differences in our personalities. So she is, for the most part, an extrovert. I can be an introvert 90% of the time. So
100% of the time.
no, I'd say 90%, honestly.
Okay.
But there's a small percentage of the time that I can be extrovert, and she can definitely attest to that.
Yeah. And sometimes I can be an introvert as well.
Yeah, she can definitely be extroverted most of the times, but there are times that she needs her space.
Yeah, I feel like people, when I'm outside and I'm surrounded by people, surrounded by friends, and family, I'm more I'm more extroverted. But when I'm here at home, I'm more like an introvert, which makes sense because if you're just at home, you don't have people you're talking to, so you tend to stay quiet and be all to yourself in a way. Plus we work from home. But I think before we talk about how we deal with each other, I think let's give them a context of how introvert you are and how extrovert I am. So maybe you should start first.
Yeah, so to put you guys in a perspective, so I am so introvert to the point where, like, I don't mind being home. Like, for weeks, I could honestly be home and be happy. Where she, on the other hand, she can't stand it. She has to be out and do something, hang out with friends or go shopping or something. Just getting out of the house helps her. But for me, yeah.
I wonder why are you okay just staying home? I think I don't think I ever asked you that question, or maybe I had, but I just don't remember what you told me. But how can somebody be okay just being at home and not seeing people, not seeing what's outside the house? Like, how come? Like,
Well, I guess for me, mostly because I feel like the things that I enjoy or my hobbies I can do at home. So, like, sometimes I feel like there's no need to go out to do some of those hobbies. And don't get me wrong, I mean, there are things that, I have to go out or I want to go out. Like for instance, like I am into DMX stage lighting and programming. So in order to do that and do it live, you got to go out, and to the physical location and do that unless you're programming it at the house. But like music and different things, I can do here. Where with her, not, I mean, she definitely has hobbies that she does here at home, but she thrives being around people and friends and laughing and just having good conversations. So
yeah. And not only, I think with you, not only you're introverted, person, but you also have some social anxieties, right? So I think that adds to your introversion.
yeah, that is very true. I do deal with some social anxiety. To be honest, it can be severe at times. Um, like, I'm definitely more of a one-on-one person. So you put me around one person, I can hang out with them all day, no problem. But if you put me in a group of anything over like 4, maybe 3, then that social anxiety gets to me because I'll be honest, sometimes I feel like I can be socially awkward or I just may not know what to say. Or maybe I feel like I'm boring. I don't know. Sometimes it's just things that I think about in my head too much that I shouldn't. But like it's weird though. I can go to a concert with thousands of people and be fine, but it just depends on the environment I'm surrounded in. If it's something that I'm not comfortable in, it just makes that anxiety, go up even more. So there's times that I have to walk out of places and just kind of recuperate and then recharge before I can go back in there. And I'm sure a lot of you deal with the same thing, so I know I'm not alone on that.
Yeah, which is also kind of interesting because you play drums, at church, and a lot of people are watching you play drums. So I feel like for me as an, extrovert, I feel like it would be hard for me to do that, to perform in front of many people. Or maybe it's just different because I don't have that kind of gifting, So because you're gifted in that, you thrive in that, confidently, it may not be as comfortable as you wanted it to be, but just because you're confident with your talents, you're okay, or you don't really mind, playing in front of a lot of people. So that's how introvert he is. So in
Yeah, and actually to put in perspective, when I do play drums in front of a few hundred people, the key is just don't look at the people, don't give any eye contact, and because there are times that if I'm looking out at somebody, I can only look there for like a second or two. I have to look away. That's just how I kind of cope, with that.
Yeah, yeah. As for me, I consider myself, extrovert, but I feel like ever since I moved to the States, so I'm from the Philippines. If you're new to this channel, I feel like ever since I moved from the Philippines to the States, I feel like it had died down a little bit. I'm still an extrovert, I still love going out and hanging around with friends and just talking to different people. But something in my season in life right now that had changed that extroversion. But to just give you a perspective of how extrovert I am, I'm not that extrovert anymore. I feel like
Yeah.
as compared to when I was in the Philippines, because when I was in the Philippines, I was single. And when you're single, you can pretty much do whatever you want to do, right? You don't have responsibilities. So, and I lived independently during that time as well. So there's really nobody telling me not to do something. Plus I lived in the city in the Philippines, so I pretty much have access to pretty much everything. So when I was in the Philippines, I travel a lot, like a lot, like every week I'm out somewhere. If I'm not hanging out with friends, I'm doing something outside the country or outside the city. Something similar to that, or anything similar to that. But now that I'm here, I don't know, something just changed in me. But I still love going out. I am a very adventurous person. I think that is something that did not change in me. Like I love trying new things. I love trying, or I love going to different places as well. So whenever I'm just stuck inside the house, which most of the time we are always inside the house because we work from home, so there's always that itch in me that I need to go out and kind of like recharge, or kind of like empty my battery. Because to me, when I'm always inside the house, like my battery is always full. Sometimes it's not too full because you're stressed with work, but sometimes you need to drain that battery so that you can recharge again, if that makes sense. So how do we deal with one another, knowing that you're an introvert and I am an extrovert?
Yeah. I mean, firstly, I do want to say is even though I'm an introvert 90% of the time, when we travel, maybe not to every place we go, but like especially when we go back to the Philippines, like I like to go out and I like to like experience like scenic places and um, even though some places like that can be busy and hectic, um, it's still fun to experience. I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, I'm tired, and if I'm doing it for long periods of time, I'm done. But like, I'm definitely more extroverted when we travel. Um, you
Yeah.
know, so but going back to your question,
But I think that is also something that has changed in you, because before we were married, you're more like really like a homebody, like you're just always at home, But now that we're married, I think something that I was able to influence you is, being. I mean, you are already an adventurous person when I met you, but I think you were just not taking actions. It's like, yes, I want to do this, I want to do that, but you didn't really have the chance to do those things until
yeah,
we
and
got married.
probably finances as well.
Yeah, but I think it helps when you're with somebody that is, you know, not similar as you, like an extrovert. If you're an introvert, so that person kind of like pushes you to do something that to to do. And similar with me, I'm an extrovert and an introvert, so sometimes like I'm a go 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 kind of person. Sometimes James would tell me, okay, stop, rest, we need to think about this first.
Yeah, yeah. So, um, kind of going back to our question is how do we deal with each other? Um, the short answer to that actually is we kind of find a happy in between. Like you have to give in. So like for instance, if you are the introvert, then you have to kind of give in. And if you know the extrovert wants to go somewhere, I mean, do it. Like maybe they won't get to do as much as they would like, but you're still giving them the freedom to go somewhere and do something. I mean, you're with them, of course. Um, you know, and then for the extrovert, for sure, like maybe you should share that. What do you do, like to me since I'm the introvert? Would you say it's the
How do I
same?
deal with you?
Would you say it's the same on giving in and like you would like to go out, but that I need to rest and recharge.
Yeah, because we kind of share our lives together now. So when you're out, I'm also out. When you're tired, I'm also tired, because we pretty much do the same thing or the same things. So I think, um like let's say a friend, yeah, invited us to go somewhere or hang out, and I really wanted to hang out with that friend. And then I would ask him like, hey, can we hang out with this person? You know, and it's not that he doesn't want to hang out with that person, but he's just tired. He's like, oh, this is my schedule. I have responsibility at church on Sunday morning. I cannot be out too late on Saturday night, blah blah blah. And then we would rearrange a time together to hang out with that person who wanted to hang out with us. But um I think also finding our common ground, because he may be an introvert, but he's not a boring person, if that makes sense.
I hope not.
I mean, I feel like I can be boring sometimes if I'm not doing the things that he want to do. So I think finding that common denominator, to do that thing that we both like doing, because then there's no more introvert or introvert in that kind of thing, because you both love doing that thing, kind of like skiing and snowboarding. So he snowboards, I ski, so we love going to a ski resort. And so it's not a matter of, do you want to do it, because we know we want to do it. So it's just a matter of scheduling when we want to do it. But yes, there are still time when where you're like sort of like afraid of the crowd or don't like the crowd, you don't want to go to the ski resort when there's too much crowd. For me, it doesn't matter to me as much. Yes, do I not like crowds? I don't, but I have more
She
tolerance.
she could definitely care less about other people around her and what they're doing.
I always tell you, like,
Yeah, sometimes it's to the point where like she might even kind of like seem a little rude. Not that she is or trying to be, but like it maybe comes across that way,
like
to me,
how,
like to a
like how.
stranger. Or like for instance, like here in the States, some people, you might be in the way of somebody, they need to get something, and or you don't sometimes you don't maybe say sorry, or like if you need to get through something, like if there's people in the way, you don't say excuse me all the time. Sometimes you just do it.
That's the city girl in me.
Yeah, that's definitely the
Yeah.
city girl. And in the Philippines, there's people everywhere, so that's like a normal thing they do.
Yeah, and even though you're an introverted person as well, you're adventurous, like when we go to the Philippines, like sometimes I can't even keep up with him. Like he loves cliff jumping, he loves doing like swinging on like on top of like a high rock or
Say
something.
about maybe like a 30-foot jump, depending. I mean, I do have my limits.
Yeah,
I
he loves roller coasters. I hate roller coasters. I mean, it's not that I hate it. I just don't like that feeling of the first drop when you're on the top. So yeah. So I feel like being an introvert is not. It's not bad. I feel like they just thrive in being surrounded by less people, but it doesn't mean that they're boring or they don't wanna do anything. So I guess that is one thing that is keeping us kind of like excited about our marriage or happy about our marriage, because we love doing new things. We love traveling. We love trying different things as well. So I guess that's how we deal with one another.
Yeah, we do want to know, like, what you guys are experiencing. Like, are some of you guys that are watching right now, like maybe one of you is an introvert and the other is an extrovert? How do you guys manage it? I mean, we want to hear from you. Please comment, like the video, because we want you guys not just to watch our videos, but we want you guys to engage. We want to know you guys as well. So please don't hesitate to do that, and we'd love to hear from you. So
Yeah.
Please, just engage with us. We'd love that. But seriously, when you guys have significant others, you really have to find a way to work together, no matter what the personality is. And sometimes it might be harder than others and harder with some people. I mean, that's okay, but just don't give up. Just try, because I know with us, we're still working at it. There's still some things that bug us about each other, and that's okay. We're working at it, and we
Just like any other couple.
yeah. So if that's the one thing you want to take away, is just don't give up. Just do your best to work together. So yeah, guys. So if you like this video, again, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.